What if you could use the pre-tax money in your business to pay for things like your kids' daycare, their activities, sports fees, school supplies, and even private school? And what if you could do it in a way that's completely legal, IRS approved, and reduces your tax bill? I know it sounds too good to be true, but it isn't. This is a huge strategy that so many business owners could be using, but aren't. In this video, I'm gonna walk through exactly how it works, the rules you need to follow to keep it on the up and up, and how to make sure you don't accidentally mess up your child's dependent status in the process. So let's talk about what's probably happening for you right now. You're spending real money on your kids every single month. We're talking daycare, after-school programs, sports, lessons, school supplies. And then summer comes around and you also have those dreaded summer camps. These are just expenses, money that leaves your account after tax with no business deduction, no benefit, nothing. Now, meanwhile, you also have a business, and that business has the ability to pay legitimate wages for legitimate work. Those wages are a business deduction. That means that they're going to reduce your taxable income. And what if I told you that putting your kids on payroll and paying them legitimate wages for legitimate work in your business is one way to be able to pay for those expenses you're already paying for, but do it before tax? And that's because the person receiving the wages, your child, is likely in the 0% tax bracket, especially if they're making under about $16,000, which is the standard deduction for 2026. So that's the shift. Instead of you paying for your kids' expenses out of your personal after-tax income, you pay your child a reasonable wage from the business, and your child pays for those things. The money is then deductible from your business, reducing your taxable wages, and your child is making under the standard deduction, so they're paying $0 in federal tax. And then the money that you paid them gets used for things that you were already paying for, like those summer camps and those sports fees. Now, while this isn't directly deducting it from your business, the overall net effect is essentially the same. On any amount of your profit that you end up shifting from you to your child instead, you're saving the taxes you would have paid on that profit. And that, my friend, is a big time pro move. Now, let's talk about what this strategy actually requires, because this isn't just about handing your kids some money every once in a while and then using it as a business write-off. There are rules, and those rules are what keeps us on the up and up. First, the work has to be real. They've got to actually be working in your business. And if you're wondering what the heck your 6-year-old is going to be able to do in your business, I've got something for you. I have a video where I talk all about the various different jobs your kids can do in your business. My kids are currently 9 and 12, and they've been working for my business for about 2 years each, and there has been no shortage of different tasks and things that I have been able to justify paying them for. Plus, it's helped them to learn some very useful skills that they'll be able to use later in life. Of course, it shouldn't need to be said, but the tasks do need to match their age and capabilities. And of course, they cannot be doing anything considered hazardous or working strenuous hours. In fact, my kids only work a couple hours a week, if that, and they make a pretty good penny doing so. That brings me to point number 2. The pay does need to be reasonable. You're going to pay them just what you would pay anybody else to do that work, considering their skill level. That doesn't mean you need to pay minimum wage though. My son has learned some impressive graphic design that I actually can justify paying him a higher hourly wage for. And both my son and my daughter sometimes appear in my content, either in pictures that I'm using for marketing or in YouTube videos just like this one. And the good thing there is that by paying them as an actor or a model, it allows you to pay them more than you would be able to pay them doing regular hourly work. And remember, the more that you can legitimately pay your kids, the more money you can shift from your tax bracket to theirs, which is probably 0. Now, the third thing you need to make sure that you do, and this one I cannot stress enough, is documentation. This is not about handing your kid a couple 20s when they walk out the door. This is about having real documentation that these are true wages that you are paying to your kids for work performed in your business, and your documentation shows it. This is what's going to protect you in case the IRS ever does come knocking and ask you about expenses that you're deducting related to amounts you paid your kids. So keep it on the up and up here. That means your kids should probably have their own banking account with their name on it, and likely yours as well as custodian. And all the money should be flowing from your business into that account so that it can be easily tracked. You should also keep documentation of what work they actually did in your business and how much you paid them for it. Contemporaneous documentation is key to this being a qualified and supportable deduction. Now, if you're looking for more guidance and templates to help you document everything that you need to, then definitely check out my Hiring Your Kids toolkit that has everything that you need to hire your kids and put everything in place the right way. If you're curious about that, go to jamietrull.com/hiring your kids to find out more. And the last thing, the fourth thing to keep in mind here is that your business structure matters. This process is going to be the most simple for those of you that are sole proprietors, even if you're self-employed, or perhaps if you have an LLC without having elected to be taxed as an S Corp or a C Corporation. If you are an S Corp or a C Corp, this gets a little bit tougher, but still not impossible. It just means you need to add an extra step to make this work for you and to minimize the amount of taxes that you pay. Now, this strategy is called using a family management company, and I have an entire video dedicated specifically to what a family management company is and how you would set one up. So go check that video out next. So what happens after you pay your kids? Well, again, you get the business deduction, and now the money is theirs. Now, depending on their ages, I do recommend giving your kids some money to learn how to save and spend and create good habits around money. That's another one of the great things that you can do by utilizing this strategy. But you can still give them spending money while still using the bulk of the money to pay for expenses that you were already going to pay for anyway. If you're looking for a banking setup that can handle this, my favorite family banking platform is Crew. Not only does Crew allow you to set up separate accounts for each of your children and yourself, it also pays a high yield interest rate, and that is a game changer when it comes to checking accounts. And you can also direct deposit their paychecks. Not only that, but you can use Crew to teach your kids important money lessons. That's because Crew has pockets where you can put money that they can spend, money that they can save, money that is to be used for other things like camps and their lessons, and then they can see how much money they have available to spend. If you're interested in checking out Crew, you actually get a 0.5% APR boost for the first 3 months if you use my partner link at jamietrull.com/crew. Now, if you like numbers like I do, let's talk about how much this could actually save you. Now, let's say that you have a profitable business and 2 kids that are actively working in your business. Let's say you pay them each $500 a month for various tasks that they do for you. That's a total of $6,000 a year for each child that they are now getting paid. Now, just to make this easy, let's assume that they use all of that $6,000 to pay for things that you were going to pay for anyway. Let's say it's $2,500 in summer camps, $1,500 in music lessons, and another $2,000 for that sports travel team they're on. Kids are expensive. Am I right? Now, let's say you didn't pay your kids that $6,000 each, and so that additional $12,000 became profit in your business. And let's say you have a marginal tax rate of 32%. That means that by paying your kids that $6,000 each, you are avoiding $3,840 in taxes you otherwise would have paid. And you're able to pay those expenses that you were already gonna pay, essentially from pre-tax money. Now, every time I teach on this, I get one question, and it is a great question. If my kids are paying their own expenses in some regards, can that affect their dependent status? Meaning, can you still claim them as a dependent on your taxes? And the answer is yes, you can if you do it correctly. And here's why. The IRS has 2 different tests to determine if someone is a dependent. The one that's relevant for this conversation is the support test. That test says that in order to remain dependent, a child cannot provide more than half of their own support. Now, what exactly is support? Support is all kinds of things. It's housing, it's food, it's clothing, it's medical care, it's education, it's daycare, and it's all of those different activities that your kid does. So it's pretty broadly encompassing. Now, you may not realize it, but that actually is probably going to add up to quite a bit of money, especially considering that a common way to come up with how much housing and, let's say, transportation expenses that you're incurring on behalf of your child is to take the full amount that you're incurring in total and divide that by the number of people in your household. So that means including things like rent, utilities, your mortgage payment, maintenance, the wear and tear on your car, all kinds of things, and essentially apportioning your child's part of it. And the same is true for estimating food. It's common to look at the total money that you spend for your household on food, both eating in and eating out, and then divide by the number of people in your household. So you can see where the total amount of support can go up really quickly. And that's before we've even talked about things like childcare or clothing or other necessities like medical care. So that means that even if you're paying your child somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000, it is very likely that you are still going to be able to claim them as a dependent. That is likely still not half of the total amount of money that is being spent related to your child. Now, where this becomes something to pay attention to is if you have an older child and they are making higher wages and potentially are even making more than that $16,000 standard deduction. In that case, they may be becoming genuinely financially independent, in which case you may lose that dependent status. But again, the benefit that you're getting probably exceeds whatever dependent status you would have gotten on your taxes anyway. So the bottom line is that in the vast majority of cases where this strategy is being employed, it is not going to affect the dependent status of your child. If you're listening to this and you're saying, I think this is something I need to do right now, the next best step you can make for yourself is to go check out my totally free Hiring Your Kids 101 masterclass, which goes into more detail. And like I said, we talk a little bit more about how various entity types can affect how you set this up. You can check out that masterclass at jamietrull.com/masterclass. And if you want to think a little bit more about what your kids can actually do in your business and get your juices flowing, watch this video next where I talk about lots of different ideas for jobs your kids can legitimately do in your business. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.